As a certified BIA credit counselor, you obviously have years of experience having helped tens of thousands of people with their financial difficulties. And a lot of times people are searching for help with credit counseling, bankruptcy help, and they're trying to become more educated about what their options are. And so you being an expert in the industry, a lot of times people don't know the right questions to even ask. And so as an insider inside the financial industry, what are some secret insights or maybe some questions that people should be asking, but they just simply don't know to ask?
Again, that's a great point, Iraq. Some of the things I like to point out to consumers is that when they initially get into a debt situation where they're not able to fulfill their commitments on a monthly basis, the creditors give you some time. Oftentimes, you can start by picking up the phone and having a direct conversation with the bank or the creditor or the lender who's lent you the money. By starting giving them the honest truth about your hardship, whatever the financial situation you may be going through. And you'll be surprised how often the creditors are willing to listen to you and give you a break on some of your payment terms. Having said that, not all creditors do that, Iraq. We have to keep in mind that the bank is in the business to make money. They lend money to people to make money on their money. So having said that, they don't oftentimes write off or reduce the amounts down just because the person is not able to pay back their full commitment. So the general gist of the delinquency is if an individual is not able to pay their obligations for 90 days, the creditor has a right to cancel that account and for non-payment and assign it to a third-party collection agency for collections. Now, one of the things that I come across that often people don't know of, and this is one of those inside secrets, Iraq, is when an account goes into collections, the individual has 30 days from the day it was sent to the collections, 30 days to deal with that issue at hand without it being reported to your credit bureau. So, oftentimes people assume that if my account's gone into collections, my credit is already shot, it's already been reported negatively on my credit bureau, and I won't be able to get this off for quite some time. That's not accurate. Like I said, you have 30 days, initial 30 days to make contact with the agency, possibly settle that account, and if you do end up making some sort of arrangement and settling that account, it may not get reported to your credit bureau, so you may avoid further negative rating on your bureau. Having said that, you do need to keep in mind that if it's in a collection type of scenario, your credit has already been impacted because you had defaulted for 90 days, 3 consecutive months before the account was sent to a third party. So unfortunately, the impact is already there. But the idea is to reduce the damage for having a real negative impact on your bureau for long term. That's one of the scenarios. One of the other things that people need to know of is what type of company they're dealing with. If it's a credit counseling company, if it's a non-profit or profit for. As a consumer, you may not know what the company's mandate is. If they're really working for you, the debtor, the client, or are they working for the creditor? And oftentimes, the consumer may not know upfront. They may have some sort of backdoor deal with the creditor, getting some sort of kickback or some donations back for the nonprofit organizations, and on the front face, we would still carry on the nonprofit banner. So they are still profiting, however, it's structured a little bit differently. Ultimately it boils down to the consumer. Buyer beware. You need to do your own due diligence to see who you're dealing with, and is this the right firm for you.